blows me away because I was surprised. I don't think I've ever seen an anime that's like this. Sanda. Not Santa, but Sanda. Chat. This is a very interesting anime, especially for the season. Like I do almost every day, I will browse the internet for some new anime to watch. And I found one that I've been seeing on TikTok recently. I think, was it TikTok? I was seeing shorts and funny moments of it. Specifically the funny bit where the girl is trying to stab this boy and the boy thinks that, oh, she must have a crush on me. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's how relationships work. But let's take a look at this, chat. Let's take a look at this. I started watching this, and this might be one of those animes I might be following up on, specifically because it's like, you know, 'tis the season and all that nonsense. First, we have a boy who thinks that this girl who's trying to kill him has a crush on him, and that's not the case. Or maybe it is. Women are complicated, chat, so you never know. However, just to play it safe, just assume that any woman that's trying to stab you just so happens to not like you. Yeah. Put your safety first, not your heart. Put your safety first, not your heart, because she's gonna stab you in your heart. Anyway, so when she's trying to kill him, we eventually figure out why she's trying to do it, and I was taken by surprise, really. So I want to point out that I'm interested in the art style of this anime, like right off the bat. Like, I don't know what, I'll get into why she's trying to kill him, but right off the bat, the art style is very interesting. It's like if Tim Burton were to make a anime, it would kind of look like this. If I had to, you know, guess, right? If I had to guess, it would kind of look like this. King Remedy says this art style looks familiar. It does. It really does. But from where? Probably any kind of Tim Burton kind of thing. Hello, King Remedy. How's it going? And I love it. I love it. I might actually follow up with this anime. Wait, was this drawn by? No, I'm thinking, I can't recall that anime. It's the anime where the dude got dropped into the trash pit. I know it's not the same art style completely, but it feels very similar, Bob Barker, but I love it. It appeases my eyeballs, my eye sockets, you know? Where is this from? Oh, wait, is this from, what anime was that? Soul Reaping or Soul Reaper or so? No, it's not the same art style. I gotta figure out what artist drew this, chat. I gotta figure that out because, it's not coming to me. So after that whole get together of trying to, you know, stab the one you love, you know, no, he was trying to figure out why she was trying to kill him. And then he started like, maybe she likes me. No, I don't think she likes you. I do not think she likes you. There's absolutely no way you're going to have a situation like. But he started like, you know, being in his own head. He said, I think, yeah, she's I think they're both 14, by the way, just so you know. And the reason why I point that out is because they point that out quite a lot in the first episode, right? But and it actually makes not necessarily sense, but it makes sense in terms of the writing. Yeah, because I will get to it. We'll get to it eventually. So he thinks she likes him and everything. But King Remedy says, it's not Bleach, but I feel like I've seen this art style before on Webtoon. Is that right? Fun fact, the bookkeeper does not like Webtoon. And in fact, Webtoon is the very reason why she created her own website. She was going to do that anyway, but she full sent it, well, because of Webtoon. So who knows, chat. But one of his friends was like, hey, maybe she's just kind of gone crazy because she lost her best friend. Yeah, who knows, chat? Who knows? And he was kind of right. So she's always watching this boy, always, and she is tall as frick. If I stood next to her, I'd come up to her knee, I bet. She is tall. Chat, if you ever meet someone who is tall, I don't know, give them a gift or something like that, maybe a back brace, because they are not going to have a good life in the future. Man, you have back problems if you're tall. You'll have back problems if you don't bend properly. You'll have back problems if you have a huge set of boobs. Yeah. I hope the bookkeeper doesn't have back problems. She's definitely going to have back problems if she doesn't, like, you know, invest in some technology to keep her back from hurting. I've said it before, chat. The bookkeeper has the thingamabobs. Anyway, so I again, the art style for this anime is crazy great. Crazy great. Like it's got like some Tim Burton like style, but I just don't know where, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So the two are sitting together, and she's monologuing. I think they're both the actual what's called high school reps, and she's explaining to him why she's trying to explain why she's doing what she's doing, which I find very interesting, because a lot of the times in any shows like this is that they won't even explain anything, not even a little bit, which I find very annoying, like really annoying. What anime we were watching? We were watching what anime was it? Crud. I forget which anime we were watching, but the monster came to the city and asked the people that was attacking its home, like, why are you attacking my home? And then the person was like, you wouldn't understand. So the monster just took off his head. I'm like, really? Does nobody know how to use dialogue or communicate with each other? Jeez, that you wouldn't understand. I'm like, try to explain it. You're a literal king. Your job is to explain things to people. Oh gosh. Diplomacy, man. So he's sitting there like befuddled. That's a word, right? Befuddled about like, what is this girl's like, very, very tall girl trying to explain to me? So, yeah, sure, you can have my eraser. And she was saying, what she was trying to explain is that, hey, I really don't want to give it away just yet. I really want to get away with just that. What's happening next, like, blows me away, because I was surprised. I don't think I've ever seen an anime that's like this, if I'm being honest. It's very interesting. So, who's taking eraser isn't a euphemism, Meg. That's funny. So he gives her his eraser, and she explains like you're only a certain type. You're maybe it's not the art style, but the characters. It does make sense. It looks really nice. I think you might be onto something. But she says I will explain it to you if you put on this red coat. And apparently he just hates red. He hates it. He's like, I'm not wearing it. I'm like, bro, she has a knife. She's going to stab you in the chest. What do you mean you're not going to wear it? I don't know. I think if a girl held me at knife point and said, put on a red sweater, I'm like, thank you. If someone told me to put on a red sweater, I'm like, nah, I hate red sweaters. Yeah, they don't ever try to give me like a Christmas red sweater. I don't want anything to do with it. Like maybe blue. Blue is my favorite color. I can get behind that. What red sweater? This is, I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. But she tells him like, hey, I will explain like everything else after you wear it. Now, normally I hate when like characters hold on to important information. However, she has somewhat of a point. It's like, hey, I can explain it to you better if you just put this on. And he was like, all right. He still just tries to avoid every avoid it every step of the way. Also, who's wearing combat boots in the middle of school? Like, can you wear combat boots at school? Whatever. So eventually she manages to stab him, apparently. I'm like, I didn't really know what to expect. She just manages to stab him in the heart, and she starts having like vision. Like, so this is where like the girl that she lost. Apparently, I don't think she's dead. But she is missing, and apparently she's the same JROTC freaks that call the other kids civvies. Oh, like jarheads, kind of military kids, army kids kind of thing, army brats kind of thing. So she apparently like found someone who was like just nice to her, because apparently no one else on the planet is nice to someone who's tall. If you're tall, apparently, chat, no one really wants to be around you. Like, you're too tall, you might steal up all the oxygen or pull down the sky. I don't know, something like that. And JROTC, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. So she gives her a present, and she's just that tall, awkward. You can't be tall and awkward. You gotta, I don't know, play a sport or something. You just, can you be tall and awkward? What are you, like Morticia or something like that? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I love a good smile. I love a good smile. So she gives her a present. Is like, here, take it. You know, it's for you. Oh, it's military school. Okay. So is obsessed with trying to find her best friend. The problem is, and this is very weird, is that she needs a specific somebody, and I'm trying to hold on to the name before, like, to, like, you know, save it for later. She's trying to find her best friend, but she needs somebody to help her find her. But to bring that somebody out, she needs this boy to wear this red sweater. Very weird stuff. Very weird stuff. So she starts freaking out because I read someone in the chat was like, in the comments was like, oh, she's only freaking out because she's going to get in trouble for killing this kid. I'm like, I can see that. I'd be freaking out too. Just like that. I look just like that. Like Sonic eyes or something. But he wakes up, he gets buff, and then he turns into freaking Santa Claus. And it's wild. I'm like, what? He turns into to buff Santa Claus. Not even fat Santa Claus. He turns into buff Santa Claus. Zaddy Claus? That's wild. That's wild. Is buff Santa Claus alright? Or do people prefer fat Santa Claus? I don't know. I feel like fat Santa Claus could cook you a nice meal, and buff Santa Claus would probably cook you a healthy meal. Ugh. Like, no. That's too much fat in that burger. How about a nice vegan diet? Like, no, shut up. Who am I kidding, chat? Vegans don't get buff. Is buff vegans a thing? Yeah, I'm sure they are. They're like they're a myth, like kind of like Australia. Australia's not real, right? So we have Santa Claus, and apparently she's been trying to find him. Chicken. I heard chicken is pretty very big over in Japan. Lots of chicken from Zaddy Claus. That's wild. Who is that they called Zaddy? I think it was the dude from what movie was that? It was that movie about the dinosaurs. They called him that same thing. Very weird stuff. So he sees this girl like I love these eyes. I love the fact that they always hide her mouth. Just give her like huge eyeballs. So he sees, this is what he sees. And I'm like, that's, because I think she's like 14. He's 14 too, but he can apparently transform into a buff guy, apparently. And she's like begging him and say, hey, I need you to help me find my best friend. I'm like, I'm easily going to be following this, like right off the bat, especially because like it's like the season. 'Tis the season and whatnot. So I'm really interested in seeing how this plays out. I need your help to help me find my best friend because she's lost and they gave up trying to find her. And what if her best friend just literally just moved to a new place? What if that was the case? Because if you think about it, there are so many people who just end up going missing on this planet all the time. But he can change back when he eats candy. He can turn back by just eating candy. And I'm like, that's adorable. So here's the thing. He doesn't like being huge and buff because he says he's small and adorable, and which it makes sense because of how he's he's not necessarily manipulative, but he uses that to an advantage against people, against the ladies and everything. I'm like, you little cheat. You're not supposed to do that. You gotta, with great power comes great responsibility. You can't just do that. But there it is. Pathetic. I would never do such a thing to anybody like that. Also, so she tells him that, hey, if you don't find a way to transform, I'm just gonna blow up this entire building. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, the girl's a psychopath, like straight up. And yeah, you could have, thought that right off the bat by just saying, hey, she's trying to stab him. That makes sense. This is one of those unique anime that you don't really see too much of. Very unique. That's why I would rather watch this than Solo Leveling. Is Solo Leveling even considered an anime? Because I know the manga is like a manhwa from like China. So before it even explodes, he manages to get it off her and he explodes. But the thing is, he's not affected by fire because he's freaking Santa Claus. Is an explosion a type of fire or pressure or both? Because I know if you, like, for example, if you move really quickly, like, for example, the Flash, he moves very quickly. However, he would create a lot of cold air. But how fast do you need to go to create hot air? I need to ask a nuclear bomb expert. He'll explain it to me. But I'm telling you, give this one a try over any other anime because it's very nice. I'm gonna be hooked on phonics for it easily. Plus, it's Christmas coming up, and I know there's turkey season, but A lot of people would just skip over turkey season. You think people would not skip turkey season if it was like pork, like pig season? Yeah. You would naturally make hot air from friction. True, but air particles create. Oh wait, no, you're right. So when you move fast, it creates cold air, but if you move faster than that, it would create heat, right? It's very interesting how that stuff works. But again, because it's like Christmas is coming up, I highly recommend like people give this one a shot. The art style is clean, the theme is clean, and the premise is just nice. Again, it's got that Tim Burton like kind of style that I don't think Tim Burton makes anything that's not what's it called? Claymation. I'm sure that he's probably got some more other stuff out there, but I'm in love with the style, chat. And I would say this is 100 out of 100. So I'm easily going to give it a try.